Hello and a very warm welcome to another episode of Fauza's Diary. If you are looking for something little and yet inspiring, then you have stumbled upon the right show. That's the beauty about my diaries. They inspire us, they encourage us, but also they make us think. On this particular diary today, I want to encourage you to get a cup of coffee or tea or whatever you enjoy drinking and join me on my mug, because I'm having my mug of chai. Chai is tea in Kiswahili. And join me on this conversation, because this conversation is going to trigger something in you. My question to you is, how are you maximizing your time? Or even better, how are you maximizing your day? The more mature I get, the more and more I'm learning the art of saying no. I'm learning that I don't need to be everywhere. I don't need to be everywhere. Here is why. When you say yes to everything, you are tying that to your time. If you are going to do everything God has called you to, you are going to tolerate the word no. Yes, you need to be giving more no's than yes. Here's why. There is so much going on now with this all chaos of COVID. There are Zooms every minute. Sometimes it can be overwhelming. It can be too much. So how do you factor what's important for you with the business world, with whatever you are doing in your life, so that you are not going to be everywhere? Because the truth is, you don't need to be everywhere. You don't need to be in every Zoom. So you need to figure out what is important for you. Where is it adding value? Not just to you, but to the people that you are also serving. Ask yourself these questions. Because if you are going to fulfill that which you have been called to do, you need to prioritize. You cannot be everywhere. Let me tell you something. There was a time in my life where I would feel really bad to say no to doing something. And here's why. I would always feel like if I say no, I might not be included next time, or I might be disappointing the other person. But I'm learning I don't need to be everywhere now, because it can just be too much. It can be overwhelming. And there's so much chaos now. There is quite just a lot going on. So you need to factor in what is important for you and the people that you are serving, because you don't need to be everywhere. 90% of my answers now actually are no's, and only 10% is yes. Because when I do so, when I say yes to something, I'm putting a commitment and it ties up my time. While when I say no, it frees up my time so that I can give my life to my yes. It's now what I call being intentional. It's not being selfish. No, it's not being selfish. It's being intentional. When you say yes to everything, you're going to be everywhere. And sometimes when you say no to something, it frees you up. But here's also why. It gives another person who is also able to do what you can do an opportunity. When you say yes to everything, you're taking up everything. But when you say no to some of the things, it gives another person an opportunity to be seen, to share their journey, to share their story. And so the more and more I grow, the more and more I realize that I don't need to be everywhere. Okay? When you say no, it frees up your time. And when you say yes to everything, you're going to be everywhere. And sometimes you're going to get burned out. So, what I want to ask you today is, how do you maximize your time? How do you prioritize your time? Remember, when you want to be, you cannot be everywhere. You cannot. And sometimes saying no, it gives another person an opportunity also. Okay? That's it from me. I wanted to share this because it's something that I have just come to realize lately. And I know it might trigger something in you. You don't need to be everywhere. Focus on the areas or in the things that they align with your values, they align with your vision, they align with the purpose that you have been called to do here. They align with the people that you are serving. You don't need to be everywhere. Focus. There is just so much going on. And sometimes you may think that if I don't say yes, I might be left out. No. When you say no, it gives you time to focus on what matters. Okay? Because otherwise, if you keep saying yes, it just takes up the time. It takes up a lot of time for you. So prioritize. 2021, let us be intentional. Let us be focused on where we can grow, we can nourish, we can serve others better. But for you to be able to do that, you need to write down why you do what you do. What has led you to be doing what you are doing? And why is it important? Okay? Saying no, it's also okay. It gives you an opportunity to cultivate the things that they are important in your life and the people that God has placed in your heart to serve. Okay? This is not being selfish, because here is the truth. You cannot pour from an empty cup. Your cup needs to be filled so that you can pour to the people that you are serving, or even to your own family. Okay? Be safe. If you haven't gotten a copy of Transform Fear to Freedom, I would encourage to do so, because the things that I'm sharing with you now in these diaries from the beginning of 2021, some of these, they are transcripts from Transform Fear into Freedom. And in each and every end of the chapter, I leave you, my readers, with two powerful questions that I want you to be intentional and ponder. Just like this diary, how do you maximize your time? You don't need to be everywhere. Because when you're going to be everywhere, it's going to take up a lot of your time. You're going to be getting burned out. And then you realize you haven't achieved anything because you're just everywhere. Focus, be intentional, do the things that they cultivate so that you can be a better person, so that you can be a better servant to the people that you are inspiring. Okay? Stay safe. Don't forget to share this diary. You'll just never know who might stumble it and be inspired, so that they can too be intentional on how they are cultivating and using their time. I'll see you soon with another inspiring diary just like this. Don't forget to share. Don't forget to subscribe. Be safe, and I'll see you soon. God bless you.